Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Crypto Nightmare. I'm Jeff, and this is Julie. And today we've got an exciting Comic-Con themed video. This is going to be our first... Don't mind her dog, I don't know if that picked up in the background. This is going to be our first KryptoCast episode. We're going to
Actually, she wants to go to
I'm going to try and be pushing this out as soon as I can. I'm going to hopefully get it out tonight. So, New York Comic-Con tickets went up on sale for the 2016 fan verification people, which would be me and her. They did a special pre-sale for people that had 2016 fan verifications. They went up yesterday at 11 a.m. and much to my surprise, I was able to snag myself tickets for all 4 days, and one just Friday for her because she's only able to go for the 1 day. So
well, I could go for more, but I like spending time with my beastie.
Yeah, and you can't get her to come.
But, I could, but people frown upon giant pit bulls as service animals.
Cosplayer as the Full Metal Alchemist dog.
You've just pissed off so many people.
So, we've been going to Comic-Cons. I can't say for as long as her, but I've been going since 2009 was the first time I went to the New York Comic-Con. We've been going to Comic-Cons together as a cosplay team since 2 years ago, I believe is what she said.
We didn't cosplay our first Comic-Con. You were
right.
You were Neji from Naruto.
Yeah.
And I was Shina Fujibayashi.
Well, then there was also the year before that when we did the KrytoCon, but I was only able to go for 1 day.
And you went for an hour.
With friends. No, I think I went for a few hours, but then I had to work that night because they wouldn't give me the night off.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're both veteran Comic-Con goers. We're huge nerds.
That one I was tough.
Yeah. You went
regular version tough, not comic book version.
So she's done a lot more cosplays than I have. I've only done 2 so far. The first one I did was a couple of years ago. Masashi Kishimoto, the creator of Naruto, went to the New York Comic-Con. It was his first and so far only time coming to America, and I'm still such a huge fan of Naruto, the series. Honestly, I have not been really keeping up on Boruto, but the Naruto series was so good. I really kind of grew up on that. I started reading it when I was in my mid to later teens, and it was just so good. So when I found out he was going, I knew I had to go, and I had to try and get his autograph, and I thought, what would be cooler than if I went and I cosplayed as a Naruto character? So what I ended up doing was I went to a cosplay website, and I ordered a young Neji Hyuga costume. It was not really the greatest costume. It was it was all right. The shorts were way too tight. I had to go to Target and get my own shorts for it. If you've noticed the way his collar is in his old costume, it's supposed to be kind of loose. It's like covers his neck, but it's supposed to be loose. For me, it felt like I was wearing like one of those neck braces. It was so.
It's because it was such thick styrofoam.
Yeah, it was so thick I couldn't really hardly turn my head or anything. Like, you asked me to bend down, my head was like stuck like this for the whole convention. It was kind of annoying. The wig was like, I don't know if I can blame this on the quality of the wig, but I had to get a wig with super long hair, and it was like my head was on fire. But it was it was not the best. It was not the best cosplay. But so then the second one that I ended up doing was me and her did a tag team cosplay.
Grab the picture.
I'll go and grab the picture for you. Excuse the choppy editing as I walk away.
And grab the photo album too. Okay, so 440. So we did our team cosplay. Tag team is wrestling. I will get Jeff a little more acclimated to wrestling.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
We're still a team, whatever.
Yeah, we're not wrestling anyone. So...
Not yet. There's still time.
Dude, I did that stuff. Anyways, this is Jeff and I's cosplay. We are Mako and Bolin from The Legend of Korra, and yes, it is Alan Tudyk, who's awesome.
She's a little bit obsessed with Firefly.
I'm not obsessed, and I like Alan Tudyk, not Firefly. Well, I like Firefly too, but and I regret not seeing Nathan Fillion the year before. But
you have such good sleight of hand there. Do you want some help?
Suck my dick. I am a classy lady.
So yeah, we've been going to Comic-Cons as a team for a few years now, and we did cosplay that we just showed off was a cosplay that we did together. She's looking through a photo album, so she's got a lot of cosplay pictures. Isn't that who I think it is? That's the guy that was Oswald Andre Cherry, right?
Very nice. I got this off of from China, and it was really shitty. So this was my top. His name escapes me, but the guy that played Oswald, and he's a Batman.
I know his name too, I just can't think of it.
Let's see. That was my shitty toff where I met him, Rob Paulson, Maurice LaMarche.
She's been cosplaying a lot longer than I have, as
Yes.
I said, so she's got more experience.
Oh,
with it.
I have a funny story with my Sheena cosplay, which you remember.
So with well, getting to the back to the cosplay that I did with where we went as Mako and Bolin. My Mako costume. It's a good costume. It was comfortable and it fit well. There was just one minor alteration that we had to make to it. When we got it, the neck was cinched up a little too tight. Now it has the same style neck as your Bolin costume. But with your Bolin costume, the person that made the costumes for us, she put a button in there so you could pop it loose.
Which I just kept it.
And you kept it buttoned?
No, I kept it unbuttoned.
But for my costume, they didn't put the button in there, so we ended up having to get part of the seam removed so that it would, because it was just, I couldn't even fit my head through the head hole. But the costume's quality is still great. I mean, the costume's holding up. It's not tearing apart or anything like that.
Can we name drop her?
Yeah, you can name drop her.
We get our costumes, and I've gotten my... This is one of the first costumes I got from her. This is, yes, it is the original Red Ranger. That is successor Sheena from Tales of Symphonia, because I like being a little different. She made this one, and she made my comic book version Toph. That's Janet Varney. And I went and I ordered from Cosplay Zone, which don't ever shop from them, a Sheena costume, and they completely...
Were they the one that gave all the wrong measurements?
Yeah.
And then they said that you mixed it up?
Yeah, I'm like, no, I know my shit. So.
Oh, and that's your picture with Kevin Conroy.
Yes, but she made this in like a week. That's my regular Sheena because I want to be Sheena. Her name is Nancy Yan, and she made our Mako and Bolins.
I'll see if we can drop a link to her in the description below.
We'll have to give her a heads up, but she made these as well. She is fabulous. She is one of my favorite people to get costumes, just to talk to in general. But she makes our costumes. We go to her mainly, so we are going to have a fun poll that we will bring up after this, so we will be giving her a little bit more business.
Yep. So,
Oh, wait, actually, I got to show this one off.
Oh, you got another picture?
Invader Zim.
Richard Orbitz. Voice actor, okay.
Yeah, I'm a voice acting girl. Love that. We
are planning to do another cosplay coming up. I don't know necessarily we're going to do a team one for our next one, or we have individual ones we'd like to do. And I want to honestly say that when I first decided that I was going to try cosplaying, I figured that it was going to be like a one-time thing. I was going to do it and be like, nah, this isn't for me. But I actually kind of enjoyed doing it a little bit, so... It's fun because walking through the convention center, the first year that I went through as Mako, like when me and her were walking through the convention center together, people recognized her, like, oh, you're Mako and Bolin, and I was even getting recognized when I was just walking around by myself. They're like, oh, you're from Legend of Korra, you're that guy Mako.
Here's a little photo shoot of us too, because I had a Pabu, and he's still floating around.
We won't talk about him. So, so the next I've had a few different cosplay ideas that I wanted to try, but haven't really ended up getting around to being able to do them, either because of financial ability or because of other reasons. But
I'm shameless.
You're just showing off all your pictures.
Well, no, I love how I look in this because I rarely feel good in a costume, but. You know, I also asked for my own little bit of a photo shoot because KrytoCast
has those professional photos turned out pretty good.
That was so much fun, which we have to do that for Mako and Bolin.
So, one of the ideas that I was tossing around was I watched Sword Art Online, and I know there's a mixed opinion among the community about Sword Art Online, whether it's a good series or what. But personally, I found it to be very enjoyable. Some parts of it were not as good. We're not going to really go too into detail because we're not going to be reviewing the series, not just yet anyways. But needless to say, I enjoyed the series, so I wanted to do a cosplay as Kirito from the first 14 or so episodes when they were in the actual Sword Art Online.
So wait, then I can't cosplay anything.
Why not?
Because everyone wants to bone Kirito.
Well, to be fair, Sinon doesn't want to, or Shinon, however you pronounce
his
her name.
cousin.
No.
Oh, the cute little
Gun
girl.
Gale Online? The sniper? You didn't see Gun Gale Online?
No, because I suck. I like the English dub because I'm usually sewing shit.
No, the one that's his cousin / sister, her name was Leafa.
Yeah.
I don't remember what her real name was, but her in-game name was Leafa.
It's been a while because this was back when I was living in my older, smaller apartment, but yeah.
So anyways, I really liked the character Kirito. I found him to be a very interesting character, so I had decided that I kind of wanted to cosplay as him. One of the problems I ran into with doing it was not only just finding the money to be able to get the materials, but also the concern being that long black leather jacket. If I was wearing that to a summer convention, we are going to a comic convention in July, I will be roasting my ass off.
May I tell the story?
Yeah, go for it.
So, the Successor Sheena, I love it. I love Successor Sheena, and I love what Nancy made for me. But it was like, what, 90 degrees that year?
Yeah. Somewhere around 80 or 90.
So it's a pair of heavy pants, because, it's looking rough. I'm wearing a tank top, a fishnet top, the jacket, which is made of a very heavy material.
This is the middle of a New England summer, mind you.
90
so
degrees.
It's definitely hot. We can have mild summers, but usually we're up around 90 degrees, sometimes up to 100.
So that mixed with the gloves, mixed with a belt and a sash and a heavy bag, I got dehydrated and I got really overheated at the convention. We didn't realize it. I felt a little out of it, but I just thought it was con funk because we were there all night.
Yeah.
We got up early the next morning. I texted you at like 7.
Yep.
And so what I do is I get up, I take my dog out, and I get dressed. And while walking my dog, the signs of me being overheated kicked in, and I puked.
It took an extra day, but it happened.
Not even like 20,
like 12 hours, maybe.
Not even, because like 10 to 7, but so...
Oh, all right.
I hurled all over my parking lot, which is really, really difficult to deal with when you have she's 70 pounds. We just came back from the vet. She's 70 pounds, and then she eats everything. So she's trying to eat my puke.
Ew.
And I'm firing it off. I guess I was so loud, I woke my boyfriend up, and he came out and took the dog. He's like, you should... No, it's my Toph today. I want to be Toph. And because also, I wanted to meet Cora as Toph, but I really, really, really wanted to see Damian Clark. He got sick last year, too.
Yeah.
He
I threw up on you.
He owes me new bowling shoes. A size 10.
So, one of the things that I tried to look for, because it's the first convention of the year that we go to. It's the beginning of July.
We get to watch fireworks.
Like, 80, 90 degrees, sometimes hotter. And if you're in the parking garage, it's even worse, because you would think being in the shade, it wouldn't be as bad. So, one of the things that I look for in a cosplay is I want the material to be breathable, because I don't want to be sweating my ass off. At the New York Comic-Con, which is what this was all about, we got the New York Comic-Con tickets. It's not as bad. The New York Comic-Con has been for the last several years that I can remember. It used to be in February, but the last several years it's been in, they've been doing it the first month, or the first week of October. Anyways, the New York Comic-Con, going in a cosplay is not as bad in terms of body temperature, because it's in the middle of the fall. So you don't really have to worry too much about if you're going to be cold or if you're going to be hot.
There are some concerns, because weren't you a little chilly as Neji last year in your shorts?
Not really the shorts. Like, my arms were getting cold. So
I know
at best, I would say for the New York Comic-Con, you can bring a light jacket and you'd be okay.
Well, Amanda went as Laura Croft all those years ago.
Oh, wow.
She was freezing her ass off.
It's not something I would recommend if you're familiar with the One Piece character Nami, who she just wears blue jeans and a bikini top. That's something you probably wouldn't be too comfortable in, especially if you're staying at the convention until late at night, and then you got to walk back to your hotel or wherever, you'd be a little cold.
Well, Amanda brought, like, sweats and a jacket and then just took it off at the center.
Anyways, a cosplay that I really want to try with, for the New York Comic-Con and try to get together, and it shouldn't be too costly. It should be something that I could find half of it at Walmart, honestly, is, I would like to do Season 1 Ash Ketchum. Now, the costume... I don't know why she's laughing.
The gloves. The conversation we had.
Yeah. The costume it's a very easy costume to put together. It should be very easy and cheap, really. Basically what you need. You need blue jeans. You could get those at like Walmart or Target or Kmart or anything like that. At just about anywhere. A black t-shirt, again, just about anywhere. A pair of black Converse, again, just about anywhere. All you really got to special order to get that costume, either have it commissioned or special order it from somewhere that sells it, such as Amazon or eBay, would be the hat, the jacket, and the gloves.
And the badges.
Well, I already got the badges because you gave them to me for Christmas. But that That's not really all that much if you think about it. That's 3 things. That should be something you could throw together cheaply. So I'm hoping I can get that together. If maybe even by our convention that we're going to try and go to in July would be nice.
So, as someone who sews, I was giving Jeff advice, and this is why I was giggling. I told him just get like a pair of like opera gloves because you can fold them over, and then make it look like the big cuffs.
Yep.
And then for the fingerless part, it's like, look, just cut the fingers off, light them on fire, and it's a done deal.
Fire is your solution to everything.
No, I sew. I made this for something I had to do at work, just a little Madoka Magica bow.
Is your house making creaking noises on the floorboard? Burn it. Set it on fire.
Well, what Jeff doesn't know is you burn the ends, and it seals it off, so it doesn't fray. No, I burned that one too. Like right here.
If you set it on fire, it's not gonna. Oh shit! No, I burned that.
No, see, that's frayed. That's what you prevent when you do this.
But yeah,
because I did that.
The jacket and the hat would be pretty easy to get. The gloves. My thing is not really how to get them to look folded right. My thing is the material, because I've tried leather gloves before. I had. Yeah, and Kakashi ones. I take them off, and the leather is like dyeing my hands. Not to mention they're so tight they start to cut off the circulation on your fingers, and that's not something you want happening. So
Bowen is barehanded. Thank you, God.
One thing I could do is I could go with gloves that are like wool. Those might work. I'm not sure how well that would work though, because that would be absorbing the sweat, and then that could be a problem.
Yeah, because then they'd stink.
So I'm trying to figure out what kind of material would be best to do with that.
I wanted to show off the hair disaster that I just realized.
It doesn't look like a disaster. Your hair
my hair looks like a shell.
That's you and your friend Amanda, isn't it?
No, those are voice actresses.
I don't.
That's
know
Kyoko.
Them. I don't know them. I don't know these people.
You know that person.
Johnny Young Bosch?
Yeah.
That's who I thought it was.
So
I know the other guy too, Steve Bloom.
So, I don't wear wigs for my costumes. I just dye my hair whatever color is needed. I did not practice a ducktail, so I look like I have a shell on my head. Jeff was even worse.
Yeah.
Because he let me play with his hair, but he won't let me do his makeup.
She put glue in my hair.
It's hair glue. Hair glue. I did not just take
it wasn't Elmer's. So it was the spiking glue, and my hair, I looked like a troll doll. I was like sticking up every which way, and she's like, smooth it down. I'm like, I think my hands are stuck.
No, you're trying to stick it up. My sister went to FITM, so I know about sewing stuff. My sister is currently in beauty school, so she passes a few things on to me, but I kind of fuck up. So, like when he needed his collar fixed, my sister just chilling out, bought his pizza, played video games, and fixed his collar. That was a fun night.
That was fun. Yes, it was.
We should do that again. Molly, Patrick, we want to do that again, so...
So, I don't like putting glue in my hair.
Spiking glue. Well, he won't grow his hair out, because...
Even if I grew it out, like, look, it grows out like a mullet.
Dude, I have you beat...
I look like a 1980s rocker.
Dude, hello, Jufro, sort of. My hair has a mind of its own.
Anyways, it took me, like, 40 minutes. I had to wash my hair, like, a bunch of times to get it all out.
I did too, so I just finally started just putting my hair in a bun and calling it a day. But
so that's going to be just about it for this video. Before we go, I want to share, before we go, I want to share what our best and worst memories of Comic-Con were, and then we got one more thing we want to share there. So, my favorite memory from New York from any Comic-Con actually, would be actually a tie between 2 memories, and it's hard to decide. The first one is 2 years ago. I got to meet Masashi Kishimoto, and he complimented me on my Neji cosplay, even though it looked like shit, and we all know it. The second one would be last year. I got to meet the man, Stan Lee. Last year doing comic conventions, I finally got to meet him and get my picture taken with him. So that was definitely one of my best memories.
I met him by accident. And I had to apologize to him.
As far as worst memories would go, I would say the first year I went to Comic-Con, I had a really bad chest cold. So not only was I being dragged around and like not really feeling like I couldn't move fast without losing my breath, it was just horrible. As much as I complain about that first year of Comic-Con, I did end up having a good time, so...
Mine is also a tie. Last year for Comic-Con was actually really rough. 2 days before the convention, I lost my grandfather, who basically raised my sister and I. And this one went out of his way to make sure I had a good time, so one of my favorite memories was him going up to Alan Tudyk and going, "She's had a rough week, could you have a hug?" Of course, hug. Fangirl.
Yeah, it's too bad you didn't get the hug on picture.
No, hey, I got a hug, that's all that matters.
You still, as long as you remember it.
My other favorite memory would probably be 2 years ago. I love Handsome Jack. He is, I think, an amazing villain. So he got announced. I'm like, oh my god! And I'm begging my boyfriend to go, and he wanted to go. But
let's put in perspective. His real name is Damian Clark. You might all know him as many different roles he has done, but you might all know him as Cell from Dragon Ball Z, is what I know him as.
And so my dog's name is Moxie, and yes, she is named after Moxie from Borderlands. So I go up to him and I'm fangirling. I didn't want to get my picture with him just yet because I wanted something signed, but I went up to him like, my boyfriend's a huge fan. Can you call him? He goes, can you donate to my charity? Yeah, sure, no problem. Takes my phone, calls my boyfriend, calls him a son of a taint. It's a line from the game. And while he's talking to my boyfriend, he is signing 2 autographs for us, and those are like $20 each. So, did that. I showed him a picture of Moxie, and he's like, can you bring this? Can you bring this dog here? Do you want to pay property damage?
She would have eaten everything.
Yeah, she eats a lot of stuff. So, and he was just, I ran into him all the time, and he was the nicest. And my worst is actually my first convention, too, is the one here, our home state convention. I was fighting with a friend, and I didn't even want to go in the first place. The convention was on my 20th birthday. And all I wanted to do was like, go to Lake Compounds or something. But like, no, you're going to the convention. I had a friend tell me that, well, I'm not friends with him anymore, but a friend tell me this because he was doing some stupid play, but this day is about me, not you, so I ditched his play. But the main thing that really sucked was I ran into this massive creeper. He was someone from I want to say Kenpachi from Bleach, but a really bad, like, I don't judge cosplayers normally, but he had this horribly frizzy wig that was like it was like a strip of yellow paint, gut with a 6-pack drawn on, horribly drawn on scar. The costume was stained, and we were doing security because I got in quicker. And he's like, oh, how old are you? I'm like, oh, I just turned 20. No, you're 16. 16-year-olds are hot.
Wow. Dude,
I'm 20. You're 16. Talks about how he's going to take me out, and I've never met this guy before in my life. And he, like, grabbed my ass, and I wish I was myself now instead of back then, because I would have punched his lights out.
Wow.
But,
cosplay is not consent.
No. I was just as Kikyo. Everything was covered.
If you ask somebody for a cosplay picture or a hug or whatever...
Hands above the belt.
And if they say no, they say no. Don't go and do it anyways.
He wasn't asking for a picture. He just went up, honk. And I know that's really inappropriate.
That's a good way to get a broken wrist.
Or a broken nose, or a broken orbital bone, or a concussion.
Or many, many broken bones.
Or losing the ability to have children. But it was kind of saved. A Sora cosplayer came up to me, put his arm around me. He's like, hey, honey, we're going to miss that panel you wanted to see, and led me away. He's like, after we get away, he's like, hey, I'm really sorry if I overstepped any bounds, but you looked real. Like, no, thank you, please just keep him away from me. And yeah, that was my best and worst experiences.
Alright, so I think that's going to be an episode. We got one more thing we want to share. We're in the midst of doing cosplay ideas. I'm going to let you go ahead and read the list off, because I can't read your handwriting.
Oh, fuck you. I'm sorry. I played baseball without a glove. So we have 6 months, and we want to do a team costume, especially, it'll maybe bring more attention to us, if that's even possible for us to do there. So we have some ideas from series we'd like to cosplay from. The Legend of Zelda series. I wouldn't mind being Zelda, or maybe, I don't know, there are a lot of female characters. Soraya would be fun.
There's Sheik.
Yeah, my fat ass in a skin-tight costume isn't happening. There are laws against that shit.
Actually, because Sheik is, even though Sheik's a girl, she has the body of a boy. I guess I could cosplay a Sheik.
I wouldn't mind doing a gender-bent Link. The other one is, we could bring back Mako and Bolin if you liked how that looked. Like Jeff had mentioned...
I don't think any of them seen it yet.
Like Jeff had mentioned, Sword Art Online, I wouldn't mind being Silica. She's adorable. And you want to be Kirito.
Yep.
I'm not falling
And Silica doesn't have a crush on Kirito.
Yes, she does.
No, she thinks of him like a big brother.
Oh, I can do it. But you're like a little brother to me.
But I'm older.
Yeah, and I'm more mature. This one's more my thing. Fire Emblem. And I'm not just saying like Fire Emblem Fates, Fire Emblem Awakening, Fire Emblem Shadows of Valentia. There are tons of games we can do things from. Ruby, we discussed last year maybe him being a gender bent Yang and me being a Ruby. Or me being a gender bent Roman. Yeah, there's a ton of different things. He's a Superman fan.
Yes, I am.
So maybe him being Superman, Superboy, and
Well, I was thinking if I was going to go with Superman-themed one, maybe the 90s Superboy. I'll show you a picture of that later if anybody else is familiar. He was like red pants, Superman shirt, and then a black leather jacket.
Anyways, I guess I'd be Supergirl then. Full Metal Alchemist. I apologize for Jeff's comments, and no, I will not be bringing Moxie if that gets picked. There are a couple of things I could do.
I've never seen Full Metal Alchemist.
Well, again, we had 6 months to get you into it. I personally love the Armstrong sister. I cannot pronounce her name at this point in time. Since he likes Pokemon and wants to do Ash, maybe Pokemon cosplays. I'd probably be a Pokemon and not a human.
Flareon.
Or Eevee.
Espeon.
I mean, any of the evolutions.
Something from the Eeveons.
Or Eevees, evolutions. Or Fennekin. I like Fennekin. And then, since you mentioned it, Tales of Symphonia or Tales of the Abyss. We were going to say Avatar The Last Airbender, but I guess that kind of counts with Mako and Bolin, but I've got a Toph in my closet somewhere, but Madoka is in the Cosplay Hall of Shame, because she's very uncomfortable.
Can't you just get it modified then?
It's about being in the skirt all day.
You don't like wearing skirts?
It's not that. There's so many layers.
Oh.
There's the frilly shorts, then the petticoat, then the frilly dress, then the actual dress. It's like, it's well made, it's gorgeous, it fits comfortably. I don't think I can handle that much fluff, and I have bad luck with certain things at conventions.
All right. Well, that's going to be the episode. Thank you all for watching our first KryptoCast. If you like what you've been seeing from our channel, please subscribe and share our videos. Like our videos. It really does help us out. It helps get us more attention, and the more fans we get, the more we can do. Yeah. Anyways, it really does help us out. Anything you can do, sharing the videos, subscribing to the channel, anything you can do. And we appreciate all our viewers. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll be seeing you in the future.
Bye.
Bye.